Greetings! I am Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! Today we're getting back to our discussion once again on animes. I give them a review of them, and I talk about using those worlds in your BESM games. So let's go to the first part once again, the review of some anime. Today I'm going to introduce 3 more anime: Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia, 100, and Wagamama High Spec. Let's start at the top, Boku no Hero Academia. So what is this? Well, it's a world of superheroes. Most of the population of the world has superpowers called quirks. So there's a lot of superheroes, supervillains. Some quirks are better than others, some are more powerful, some are actually kind of weak. Our main character, Izuku Midoriya, has no quirk. And the thing is, he's a big fan of superheroes. He's a fan of the superhero All Might, who's like the most powerful superhero in the land, and he does research on heroes. He knows he doesn't have a quirk. He wants to still do heroics, and for the longest time, he sort of struggles with that. And eventually, he sort of does something and proves himself when he runs into All Might. And All Might takes him under his tutelage and helps him get into the school, the academic school, where he can learn to be a superhero. And he does eventually gain some kind of ability, but you kind of get introduced to that in the first episode, that he has this opportunity to possibly gain an ability under All Might's tutelage because of All Might's own abilities. And it's a very interesting anime because our main character has this, he struggles through so much, and even then when he's granted the ability to sort of get stronger, he still has to deal with the fact that it's something that is almost out of his control, sort of, because he wasn't born with it. Now, this anime is very action-adventure heavy. I mean, there's a lot of fighting, there's the training montages. They're trying to be superheroes. You have a class of characters which are trying to be superheroes. And of course, that's another word I was going to use, superheroes. It's what they are, plain and simple. And they do have this colorful cast, which harkens back to a lot of old comics and stuff. Boy, that's where it comes to my last word, school. Because it is a school anime in essence. And there's a lot of school things going on. Now, I rate this a 5. This is one of my favorite animes of the season. It's very good. I recommend it. You know, it fills a good itch for things. So next up is 100. Now, 100 is another anime that I enjoy a lot. It's taking place in this world where these creatures called the Savage have been attacking and causing a lot of damage. And people called Slayers wield these weapons called Hundreds in order to defeat them. That only the Slayers can wield the Hundreds. Here's some trouble, which is causing, making it hard to do this video. Aw, isn't he cute? I'm going to leave this part in, where we're like, oh, Damien. He's very cute. She's a very cute kitty, but she's interrupting my video. Aw. Okay, you go away. So our main person is Hayato Kisarage. Now, Hayato Kisarage, he's becoming 100, and he's going to this academy for Slayers called Little Garden in order to become one, because his sister is suffering from this horrible condition that he would need special treatment for, and they can help her out. Now, he's also a variant, which means that he got exposed to this sort of virus that's related to the Savages, and he survived it in his youth, and it's sort of given him that he can use 100 better than other people. Now, this anime, the genres I put it under are, of course, sci-fi. It does have a sort of future sci-fi feeling with this weird sort of technology of the Hundreds versus these sort of almost alien creatures that are the Savages. Now, it's also an action-adventure. They're fighting it out. They're battling the Savages. They're training with each other. They're having competitions, fighting each other. There's also a very light harem element to it. Now, Kisarage, he has no actual interest to a degree in these girls, but he does sort of, you know, but he wants to focus on helping his sister. But there's a lot of other characters which are female around him. He has connections with the student council president. There's a pop star that he meets eventually. There's a character that you don't at first know if it's female or, you know, who turns out has something there. There's other characters. There's sort of this connection that does have this light harem element that doesn't really hit you over the head, but it still does exist there and you can recognize it. Now, I rate this one a 4. It is, again, a very good series, but again, I'm not going to watch it 5. I don't give a lot of animes 5s because those are the ones I want to get right away. These are the ones I'll wait a little bit if I need to before I watch them. And the last one I want to talk about is another shorter anime, Wagamama High Special. Now this one is all about, it was based on a visual novel, but it's an anime, and it doesn't take a lot of the visual novel elements. It centers around a student council and their misadventures, sort of. And they sort of discuss the character that would be the protagonist in the visual novel without ever actually seeing or talking to them. And each of the characters is very unique, has their quirks. It's kind of funny, it's very interesting. You focus around these 4 girls, because it's 4 girls student council, and it's very interesting that way. Now the genres are, of course, a comedy. It has a lot of comedy elements to it. It tries to get good laughs, and it does little subtle things to make you feel it's funny. It's a slice of life because all these characters have very realistic sort of places in the student council, and they all have little side things that they do that are, again, realistic. And of course, it is a student council, I'll call it, because there is a sort of genre of animes that sort of revolve around characters being in or interacting with student councils. It's sort of become its own thing with the amount of them that actually exist. I rate this one a 3. It's a short one, so I put it a lot lower than some of the others for when I'm going to see it. But it's short because that's why it keeps it as a 3, because that's like, it's little like candy bits that I can get in quickly here and watch it. Alright, so that's it for today. I've talked about these 3 new anime. I've given them the reviews. Next time, which right after this, I'll talk about the BESM worlds that you can use with these animes. So if you have any questions, any comments, please leave it below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you already haven't. We're always looking for more citizens of the Empire. And share this video if you think anybody would be interested in it or could learn something from it. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.